This morning, City Council Speaker Adrienne Adams is going on the record to talk about this. And Adrienne Adams is with me now. Speaker, good to see you.
Good to see you, Dan.
So, Speaker, let's begin right now with this influx of migrants, right, coming into the city. You praise the governor for allocating funds to the cities to share the financial burden. Now, she wants the city, state, and federal government a third each, right, to share the cost. How soon do you anticipate the city getting those funds for this very costly issue?
You know, and again, thank you for having me. We are grateful, of course, for the governor's help. And we know that the inclusion of significant funding for our city to provide services is very, very much needed for people seeking asylum in our country. We are looking, for that over the next few weeks. I also will be having meetings with the governor to discuss this as well. But we are hoping that immediately, if not sooner, we will be seeing that money coming in from our state.
Yeah. Now, Speaker Adams, the mayor recently got some heat for saying the city's right to shelter law does not apply to asylum seekers. Your comments on that seem to actually disagree with the mayor, right? Correct me if I'm wrong here, but you want to prioritize getting migrants from shelters into permanent housing. The question here is, can the city really keep up with the numbers?
That's a really, really good question. And my thought on that is that asylum seekers, just like all New Yorkers seeking shelter, should be treated with dignity, with respect, of course, and with compassion. So when we take a look at our situation right now, I take a look at it holistically because we're looking at a system that was broken. It was pushed to the very limits before the asylum seekers ever got here. So how did we get here? And what can we do on a policy level to make the situation better? Well, we in the council believe that we've got a lot of bureaucracy that's in the way.
Yeah.
We've got red tape that's in the way that shouldn't be there. We have a voucher system that is broken, that is not timely at all. We have to take a look at this for all New Yorkers. And now we are looking at our asylum seeker population coming in excess now of 46,000, 48,000 into a system, again, that was broken before the asylum seekers ever got to our city.
Yeah, and a lot of the council members have visited Brooklyn and the Brooklyn terminal there. Do you agree with the situation that's unfolding, moving those from the Watson Hotel to the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal? And what do you think of that location?
I actually, when we take a look at the situation, I actually do agree with the mayor on this, as far as the movement from the Watson Hotel over to the Harp. We have alternatives. We have families that we're looking at to house as well. So in our estimation, the hotels do best suit the families that are coming in that need shelter. The Herc situation, though, it's not a comfortable situation, which we know. And it's not, it's not going to be comfortable, quote unquote, given the situation that we were put into, taking on, quite frankly, the burden of a nation as a city of New York, which we all acknowledge is an unfair one that our federal partners should be stepping up to help us with. New Yorkers, we do what we do.
Right.
We are the compassionate ones. We do what we do. But, as the mayor has said, we are stretched.
Right.
And we do need of our federal partners quickly to help us with this situation.
And Speaker, I want to talk about public safety as well, because it's a big topic so many care about, cutting crime on top of mind going into this year. And I wanted to get your thoughts specifically on these bail reform modifications Governor Hochul proposed in her address. Now, while she was talking statewide, this is a big topic locally, as you know, right? The governor wants to restore judicial discretion, but events that moves doesn't go as far as what the mayor would like to see. Where do you stand?
Well, as far as the policies are concerned, we are looking towards our state partners to make the necessary tweaks. I don't happen to believe that we need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. The bail reform laws, for the most part, were necessary because of the systemic racism and quite frankly, things that are ingrained in our society and our laws that should never have been to begin with. And those bail reform policies most certainly did help the situation. However, we do see some holes in the boat that need plugged, and we are we are hopeful that our state partners have seen those same goals and are looking to help with those tweaks.
Okay, and the mayor also revealed his budget, Speaker, for the next fiscal year, which starts in July. You even said the council may push back, right, on some reductions that the mayor laid out. We're hearing a lot about some cuts and so forth. Are there some areas you want to go back to the drawing board with the mayor, because we know the council has to vote on this?
Yeah, budget season is upon us, Dan.
Yeah.
And we've learned some lessons, some valuable lessons from last year this time as far as negotiating the budget is concerned. We have our eyes on certain cuts, as you mentioned, that have been proposed by the administration that we're quite frankly concerned with. We feel that we need to make investments in those critical agencies.
Can you get specific?
When we take a look at DHS, when we take a look at HPD, there are other agencies as well that are stretched, that need those headcount numbers to increase. We need to enhance those agencies and those systems, not take away. We have citizens of New York that have not been able to get SNAP benefits in a timely manner. That is unacceptable. So when we take a look at systems that are broken and systems that can be fixed, we in the council are looking to fortify those systems to help agencies to do right by them.
Hey, Speaker, you mentioned some valuable lessons that you learned from the budget negotiations, and we saw some fallout after the budget when it came to the funds for education last year, right? Some council members said they thought they voted for the budget, that they disagreed with the cuts and didn't know they were in there. They felt duped. So what are the lessons learned, and what has changed from last year to this year, and how you're looking at it?
Well, lessons learned is that we're going to have to carefully look at the data that is presented. Particularly, last year we can talk about the DOE. The DOE is for lack of better words, they had an issue with transparency. So when we take a look at the budget for this year, we're going to look for more specific data from the DOE and from other agencies as well. Our oversight is going to be more intentional, more specific this time around. We are going to have more in-depth oversight and questions for the administration so that we are, prepared for this budget.
I'm really tight on time here, but do you feel there has been transparency between the administration and the mayor's office and the council?
Well, we're doing our job as far as oversight. But, in far too many cases in our hearings, we hear, we'll get back to you. So that should not happen, and we're looking to stop that from happening. We're looking to getting our information in a more timely fashion from the administration.
Understood. Speaker Adams, pleasure having you here. Let's do more of this, okay? I want to hear more from you over the year. I know it's your first year in office as Speaker, but it's good to have you here, all right?
Great to be with you, Dan. Thank you so much.
Okay.